Hey everybody, it's Emily the Crazy Worm Lady. I'm here today with the European Nightcrawler bin. As we know, last week I took some worms from this bin and added them to the vermi bag to try and thin out their population a little bit, because some of those big guys that I transferred from my other project to this bin were just like overrunning it. So wanted to see how these guys were doing, and they're looking great. I mean, these guys are massive. They really are big, so I think they're doing just fine. The carrot from forever ago, still breaking down. Banana peel. These guys really look good. I'm thoroughly impressed. The moisture feels good in here. If you're into fishing, guys, this is the worm to raise for dual purpose. These guys are big and they're meaty. Maybe not everyone would agree with me, but I think they're a pretty good all-around worm you could use for multiple purposes. But just wanted to turn this top to bottom and make sure we weren't too moist in the bottom, and it's not feeling that way. It feels good. And I was using this newspaper as a cover. I'll probably just leave it the way it is because these guys seem to enjoy climbing in between all the layers. A little compact in the bottom, but that's why I personally choose to aerate and turn my bins top to bottom every week to try to free up any areas that are getting a little anaerobic. So we've got just massive amounts of worms everywhere, even with thinning out our herd a little bit. So we'll definitely give them a nice big feeding today, as well as add some additional bedding, which will give them some more living space. I'm not seeing any signs of those potatoes that were in here, which is good. I think they finally worked through that. That was a little bit of a time-consuming breakdown. Actually, as we speak, got some mites on here, but they are in fact done with them, except for that skin there. So now that I've thoroughly gotten all these guys worked up, let me dig out an area to feed. Why don't we use our little bedding cover that we had from before, and we'll kind of feed inside of that and then top it all off with some bedding, some fresh bedding. All right. So, got guys running away on me. Hold on here. All right, so we're gonna feed right over here. Let me get some eggshell. All right, and between my bins, I've got a really good amount of food today, so I'm going to be generous with it. Again, I've got a good amount of watermelon, got some celery, kale. Yeah, actually, no, this is kale. It was frozen first, though, so it should break down relatively well for us. I think they're going to really like this feeding. So I do realize that that is a lot of food, but these guys can definitely handle it. So I'm going to loosely cover it with their own bedding and some of the worms. And then I'm going to give the whole top of this system a nice cover with some shredded cardboard that I have. So let me grab that and I'll be right back. Alright, so since these guys are needing some additional space to live in here, I'm going to add a nice layer of cardboard across most of the surface here, especially on the right side where we fed, to discourage fruit flies. I did have a few fruit flies show up last week, and I've been a little bit more careful, and it does seem like their numbers are dwindling a little bit, but just got to be careful, because once you get a few fruit flies, if you don't get it under control quickly, it can become quite a pain to manage. But over here, doesn't look like we left any food exposed, and this nice thick layer of cardboard, I think, will absorb some of that moisture and add a little bit of additional living space for these guys. So, let me know what you think. Drop your comments below, like this video, subscribe if you'd like some more content from me, hop over and check out my store if you're looking for some worms. I'm selling red wigglers, European night crawlers, as well as African night crawlers, and any purchase before the end of the month, I'm going to include my new ebook, which is going to be out here real shortly. So I encourage you guys to hop over and take a look at that, and I'll be back with you guys next week for an update. Thanks for watching.